so irritated. Oh my god. I know I look like a hot mess right now, but what the fuck ever, guys, okay? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here today, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. And for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave who's ultimately irritated right now. Okay, guys? Like, wait again. I don't think I've ever been this annoyed in my entire life. Out of all the times I've ever... Okay, finally, it's actually sitting. But you know what, guys? I don't think I've ever reached this level of annoyance in my entire life. So I've been trying to lay this hair for the past hour. So I washed it, you know, I styled it because I obviously wanted it to be fresh for this video, and because I had worn my frontal like a little over twice, so I think 3 times. And if you guys don't know where I got this hair, I got it from Emporia Luxury Hair. And I was given strict instructions that at least after 2 wears, it's probably best that I wash it because it's a transparent lace. So today I decided I'm going to wash it, right? I'm going to wash it, and I washed it and it looked brand new, and I wanted to put it on my head. Now, I've been having the greatest difficulty all morning trying to lay this wig, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of the hair, but my frontal was creating air bubbles. And I've seen it in the last video, which is what I mentioned when you guys were like, oh, your wig is so laid. Thank God you guys didn't see that. And even the only video where my wig was laid to the gods is when I had just came from purchasing it. But all the other moments where I had to lay it, I had great trouble because I felt like it wasn't laying at all. It was making air bubbles. It was looking so neat. Like one side actually looks like a hot ass mess. I ain't even gonna show you. This side is probably lifting. I ain't even gonna show you. But yeah, like I said, I've had enough time to wear it and review it, and I told you guys I'd give you an honest review. This hair is not beginner friendly at all. It is not. This frontal is not beginner friendly. I wouldn't suggest it for anybody who wants to buy hair but you guys are not familiar with the frontal. I wouldn't even suggest it if you're not familiar with the closure. You understand what I'm saying? If you want this whole baby hair effect and you wanted to buy this wig, I wouldn't recommend it because it took me an hour to lay my head. Like I had to like lay and the air bubbles wouldn't go away. And now that I think back on it, when I was installing it, there were 2 people. One was holding one side, one was holding the other side. And I think it was because of the prevention of air bubbles. Now, I've never seen that with other closures, but then again, I assume those aren't the transparent lace ones, melts into your head type of situation. Because this one, when you lay it, it melts into your scalp. But the only problem is to get to that point is undoable. What the no, like serious guys, like this side looks a lot better. Like I laid it, but this side, woo, girl. But anyway, that is not why I'm here. If you guys want a full review of this hair, I promise guys I will give you the full tea. I still think the hair is amazing. I still think the hair is bomb. However, I do kind of need to have like about this frontal. I'm not impressed. The frontal is good. The application of applying the frontal at home, that's where everyone loses their money, because I can't keep going back to go apply my frontal, you know what I'm saying? But anyway guys, that is not why we're here today. We are not here to talk about my hair, even though it looks like shit, and if you guys notice that it looks like shit and you guys say anything in the comments, I will block you. Today, we are here to finally do something I have been longing to do for a hot minute, but you know what, I just thought, I'm actually gonna tell you guys the truth. There was someone who approached me who actually informed me that, you know what, it wasn't the wisest idea to do TV recaps because it's like kind of giving TV or like broadcasting networks free airtime, because now what I'm doing is I'm doing all these TV recaps, you guys are enjoying them, they're gaining momentum, and you guys are watching the show and I'm not getting paid for it. So I thought, let me take a step back on TV recaps, but I really did like doing it. I liked that segment of my channel, and that's because I love watching reality TV. I'm very big on reality TV. I really wanted to, like I did Kanye Mbao's one, and I really wanted to do a kind of updates till the end, but I obviously to some extent I do value the criticism, and I do value the words of those around me who guide me, who show me what to do, and basically who tell me to know my value and know my worth. But fuck it, man, fuck the value, fuck the worth. I had to do this. Like this TV recap I was gonna do for free. I was gonna do it for free because I had to do it for free. So I needed to do this TV recap. I've been watching the show. If you guys are wondering what show this is the Real Housewives of Durban. And if you guys know the previous kind of if anyone here is new and doesn't know what the Real Housewives is, it's a big franchise, and it's a franchise that's started obviously in the States and probably went into other various countries and stuff like that. So it is a franchise of the Real Housewives, right? And the first franchise that we had this side was the Real Housewives of Johannesburg, which in all honesty, it was real, but we were the housewives. Sorry. I absolutely loved the Real Housewives of Johannesburg. I did think that they needed a little bit more touch-ups, and I do feel like there were certain characters that stood out. Like, for example, for me, I was definitely team Madame, team Evodia. No, yeah, Madame Kevodia, yeah. I was definitely team Madame. I was definitely team Mercy in the show. I liked Mercy and the relationship that she shared with her mom. Wasn't too fond of the other characters, but I do love the fact that in that element of the show, it was kind of speaking about women who were very like powerful and affluent without the help of their husband. So I really liked that one because Madame, Athania, they are big names on their own accord without the help of a man. You get what I'm saying? And I mean, that's kind of where I want to go, you know? I mean, I'd love to marry a rich man. If you're out there and you want to marry me, baby, come. But I do realize that not everybody gets it that easy in life, and I think I am one of those people who had to kind of like fight tooth and nail for everything that, you know, I'm working towards. And I mean, I hate it. I don't like it. But, you know, it is what it is. Right, guys. So after kind of Housewives of Johannesburg premiered, I think it got 2 seasons, and then it kind of was like dismantled. Housewives of Durban came through. Okay? So I won't be playing the trailer of Housewives of Durban because I obviously will get a copyright strike. So I'm just gonna basically tell you guys what it's about, who are the characters that I absolutely loved, and kind of give you guys a review on the first 4 episodes that I've watched, okay guys? Because we really have a lot to unpack here. Why is my dad texting me? I'm busy. I'm busy, ma'am. Sir. I'm looking kind of cute, you guys. Ooh, my lipstick looks like trash though. Why didn't anybody tell me that my lipstick looks like it's gone? It's because I've been laying this thing for an hour. First things first, meet the cast. Yeah, I hope you guys have kind of watched the trailer. If you want to take 2 minutes to kind of watch the trailer, you've never watched it, please do watch it quickly so that you can kind of bring yourself up to speed with all the characters that are here. But I'm just gonna unpack each character, what I think of them from the show, from the first 4 episodes, and you know, kind of what I think, right? So the cast is, the first one that we're gonna talk about is Sorisha Naidoo. Now, it's pretty evident. It's pretty evident that Sorisha is the richest housewife. Hi guys, it is what it is. It's pretty evident that Sorisha is the richest housewife. Now, if any of you may have seen Sorisha's face and like, oh my gosh, she's familiar. She was an actress. She used to work in a show called Home Affairs. I also didn't know this. When I did my background research, I realized that, oh my God, that's what I love about Sorisha. She's not just a housewife, she's gotten her own name. She was an actress. She did make some, you know, some big giant leaps and bounds, whatever, but she got married to her husband, who is Vivian Reddy, and he's like a billionaire, trillionaire, I don't know what it is, but she really is a businesswoman in her own right. I will give Sorisha that because like I said, did my whole information on her, and besides, everyone is saying she's a former radio and TV broadcaster, actress, businesswoman, wife of billionaire businessman. So Sorisha on her own is a powerhouse. I like that. Sorisha's impact on the show, I think her impact on the show is that she is the richest housewife and she brought everybody together. Very nice personality, very laid back. I see that Sorisha's got this thing, man. She's just very there's a term for women like Sorisha, man. Very graceful. You know what I'm saying? She's graceful, man. Sorisha does everything, she's graceful. Like, there's nothing else I can say about Sorisha because Sorisha hasn't really made an impact to me in terms of the show, but I do realize that her impact here is definitely bringing the girls together within the first episode that we could see, and basically just kind of being like a stand back, watch everything that's going on. I like the fact that Sorisha is very neutral because every sort of reality TV show needs those neutral parties. Not the soothers, which I'll explain later, but we need the neutral parties, the people who aren't very quick to take sides, the people who are very quick to be logical. Because in a room full of lots of women, lots of very powerful women with powerful personalities, someone needs to be the voice of reason. And so far, I haven't seen that in Real Housewives of Durban, but I will give it to Sorisha because I do think that Sorisha is very calm, very like calm nature, things like that. Love that about her. And I do love that in the episode, she really does emphasize on her culture. She does Diwali, sorry, excuse me. She does Diwali, and she, you know, she kind of brings the women together. She kind of creates that space for people to be friends. And like I said, there is hardly ever a neutral party that does that in terms of where women are involved. The next big one for me, and you guys already know what I'm gonna talk about, is Ayanda, Ncwane, Ayanda, Now you guys can already see, I love Ayanda. I love Ayanda. Now at first I wasn't sure about like her demeanor, and I think I tweeted this. I was like, Ayanda again is also one of the characters who are very graceful, but there is something about her monotonous nature that's very menacing. And when I say menacing, I don't mean evil, but I mean be very careful. Tread very lightly with me. Like she's like, I'll fuck you up. I really will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? But Ayanda Ncwane is the wife of former Sfiso Ncwane, who was a very big gospel artist. I think he was also like a producer, I'm not entirely sure, but he is a big story. Unfortunately, he passed on. May his soul rest in peace. And Ayanda Ncwane has basically, you know, she's been through a lot. I do know her story. I don't know in terms of context, but I do know that shortly after he passed, she was kind of, you know, victimized by a lot of his side of the family, by the public. And, you know, when I look at that story, I remember snippets of it because it obviously was on social media, but I do feel like she was kind of victimized. I don't want to use chastised because I'm not entirely sure how I'm using that word, but she was bullied essentially, and by his family as well. So she's been through a lot, and she's handled all of that turmoil with grace. She really has, and that is something not a lot of women can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking about something serious, and then you decide to grumble, like you decide to be hungry. Like, when last did I feel this experience? Was this not in high school first period? Where was I? Ayanda Ncwane, yes. Like I said, Ayanda is one of those characters to me that stuck out because she really did handle a lot of the obstacles in her life with so much grace, and she exudes grace. Do you understand what I'm saying? From the moment she walked in, she exudes grace. Now, I need to say this before I move on to talk about the other characters. Zulu women are very strong. You know, I've spoken about how much I like Zulu women, how much I like women from Durban, but they exude strength for me. A lot of people might think of it as a very chip off the shoulder. They think they're better. Some do have a superiority complex, or some people mistake their strength as a superiority complex, and I don't really think that's what it is. I think Zulu women are just very powerful in their demeanor, in the way they act, especially women from KZN. So, you know what, I do think that a lot of the time some of the women came off as very abrasive in the beginning coming episodes of the show, because people are thinking, hi bo. Some women come off as very abrasive on the show, but I do need people to take into account that Zulu women are very strong. Their nature, their demeanor is strong, and it to me, it's almost admire. Like I look in admiration, like, how are you so strong? You know, when people walk into the room and like everyone stops and stares, or a woman comes in and you don't have that thing in you to papella her. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Ayanda Ncwane exudes that effortlessly. And I think it's also other women being very, I wouldn't say scared of her, but they fear her to some extent because they know who she is. They know her impact in terms of the media, society. She's a very respected woman, and I like that about her. I like that she doesn't let that get to her head. She hasn't shown me any signs of someone who feels like they're better than others. Love it. Graceful. The next character I really want to talk about is Kgomotso Ndungane. Now, Kgomotso is a character that I recently got acquainted with. I didn't know her prior to Real Housewives of Durban, bearing in mind that I knew who Sorisha was and I knew who Ayanda Ncwane was because of their positions within the public space. I didn't know Kgomotso. But Kgomotso is married to a rugby player who was famous. Sorry girl, you're one of my favorites. So Kgomotso Ncwane actually is one of the first Real Housewives. Now she's an actual wag. She's married to, who's this gent? Ncwane. So he's a former Sharks and Springbok player. I'm not really big on rugby, I don't want to lie to you guys, so I don't know who Odwa is, but I'm assuming he is a big name, because if he played for the Sharks, that's a big story. The only guy that I knew from rugby, guys, was that colored guy that they all kept advertising him to us in school. What was that? Who was that colored guy? He played for the Sharks and then he played for the black ones. The guys in the black, him. But anyway, Kgomotso is an actual wag, which I like, but the reason why I like Kgomotso is because Kgomotso really is such a genuinely happy soul. Like, oh happy man, Kgomotso, I see a lot of my character traits in Kgomotso, okay? Now, she does have elements of being a housewife, and I've seen that within the episodes where she speaks about wine, and she does interior design, and she started her own business in terms of skincare. She does exude elements of housewife, but in the first episode where she was sitting on top of Sorisha's table and I was like, try me. Initially I was like, what is she doing? But then I realized that, you know what, Kgomotso is genuinely a happy soul. She's someone who will be happy for you. She's someone who doesn't have any sort of jealousy. She doesn't have any sort of animosity. She's not very malicious. She's not malicious like what I've seen from other women, which we will tackle. She's not malicious. She's a very happy soul. So I really am happy to have her on the show. And I saw that some people were trying to gibela her in the kanda here. They were trying to like step on Kgomotso's head, or they were trying to belittle Kgomotso. And she really showcased that, don't disrespect me when we came to Nonku's wine tasting. The next one that I really want to talk about is obviously, like I said, Nonku Williams. Now, you know what? Before Nonku cha. Nonku man. Hey. Now, this is my take on Nonku's role in the show. Now we definitely know for a fact. Okay, let me read her little auto bio so I can see what's going on. Nonke is the one. Her Instagram says she opens a wine brand named Ashes Beauty, mother of 3, and pursuing her Instagram page. Okay, so Nonku Williams is a Durban influential Durban woman. I don't want to say much about Nonku. I really don't know. I didn't know her prior to the show, but I do feel like Nonku's role in the show began as a cause drama, because that was really her storyline. Her storyline was really to come in, talk about this whole thing. Now, I know a lot of you guys who may like Nonku are going to defend this thing and say, no, Nonku's storyline was not that. But in all honesty, I do feel like Nonku coming into the group came in with a very, very abrasive nature. It was very abrasive from the moment that she approached Ayanda and said, yeah, but why are you acting like you don't know me? But what if I don't know you? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we found out that Ayanda obviously does have an idea of who she is, but that tone, it was very abrasive. Not personally. Personally, I would have never acknowledged Nonku after that. I would have definitely been on some, you know what? And I'm gonna keep you over there. I do feel like it was a very give me attention strategy. It was a very, this is my storyline and I'm running with it. And in all honesty, it is the only storyline that's running right now, unless I'm lying. I do feel like Nonku was brought in obviously to ruffle some feathers and ruffle Ayanda's feathers, and I'm really glad so far Ayanda has handled it again with grace. I did like how Nonku pulled Ayanda aside when they went to lunch, and then she explained that, you know what, she loved Sfiso, she just wants a relationship, obviously with Sfiso's other children and her child and whatever the case may be. But I still do feel like the way Nonku handled the whole Ayanda situation was very distasteful, and if I were Ayanda, I would never be friends with you, but I would definitely keep that relationship line of communication open for the sake of our kids. Nonku. Baby, what is you doing? Now, this is why I feel like Nonku's also a bit, you know, the ruffle feathers type of thing. Because she also ruffle feathers with Nonkanyiso and Kgomotso. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. Oh, Nonkanyiso Kgomotso. Oh my god, I really hope I'm saying this correctly, and I love her so much. But anyway, we'll touch on Nonkanyiso when we get there, right? I'm so sorry I said Nonkanyiso, I apologize. Now, the next housewives I really want to talk about, and in all honesty, she's the only housewife I've never really paid attention to, is Annie. Now, Annie and Tony Ludick Mthembu. Anne is also one of the other housewives. Now, how I know Anne, which I didn't know her prior to the show as well, is that her husband is the guy who owns Rich in Durban. Now, out of everyone in the show, Anne is the one who really kind of, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for? She prides herself on her husband's achievements. She prides herself on being the mayor's wife, and she prides herself on being, you know, and she's very youthful. I like that about her, but there's something about Anne that just doesn't click with housewives for me, you know, and not in a bad way. I like she brings that spunk, she brings that pizzazz, she really brings that energy, which is great, but something about Anne doesn't strike housewife to me. Something about Anne doesn't strike, you know, housewives are normally associated with women with money, luxury, whatever. Something about Anne doesn't strike luxury to me. It just strikes baddie. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm a baddie. I mean, I don't scream luxury. Like, if we had to look at all the YouTubers that scream luxury, I've only got one in mind, I'm sorry. And I don't want to say it because it's going to seem like I'm being a bitch. So no, I don't strike myself as luxury. I don't strike myself as a luxury influencer. And even though someone can have money, they may not exude the luxury look. Do you get what I'm saying? You can have money and still be ghetto AF. Hello, here I am. I love her pizzazz. I love her spunk. I do feel like she's very, she doesn't, like she doesn't have that liver, that chest. Because I've seen her in her diary, she'll say things about like other women like Ayanda and this, but she'll never say it to their face. And that for me is very weird. Like, you're too old to be afraid of people. I mean, you have money. You have unemali. Who do you fear? I know it's not making sense, but for me, if you're gonna say anything about me behind my back, you should say it to my face. And she made a comment about Ayanda which kind of rubbed me off, like which put me off her whole character. She was like, yeah, Ayanda's always wanting to, what's the word? She always wants to say something deep and emotional. It was at her bridal party. Yes, you see, this is why I don't like Anne. Like, I think Anne is weird. I think she's a little bit flip-floppy. I don't like flip-floppers. I don't like honeys that move shady. But she made a comment and she was like, yeah, why is Kgomotso picking me up? This is my bridal shower. I planned this. And do you know how bridal showers work? No, just from me to you. How bridal showers work is, yeah, yes, either you plan it, but your friends normally step in, and your friends normally, you know, they become proactive in doing all these things for you. So they pick your ass up, they do this, they do this, they do this. You invited people to your bridal shower, one, that you don't know, which for me was like, then why did you invite them if you're gonna have an issue with them? What? You see, you move shady. And you see, I don't like shady hands. I don't like shady, okay? So you invited them, you barely know them. You invited them to your bridal party, which you obviously claim you planned. And to make a bridal party in a club for me was also very like, okay. And then you had an issue with the fact that Kgomotso came in a limo to surprise you. And probably even in surprise, she probably paid for it. You had an issue that she came in a limo, surprised you because you don't like limos and you evidently don't like surprises. And then you also had an issue with the fact that Ayanda wanted to say something. Ayanda is a priest's wife. Shh, shh, shh. Can you stop being hungry? We're at work. What are we gonna eat if you don't wanna work? And another thing, she was like, yeah, no, Ayanda. And I'm like, Ayanda was a priest's wife, a pastor's wife. What do you want her to do? You understand what I'm saying? Like, did you want people who are in such, you know, high... Let me give you an example of if Ayanda started going off in the club, twerking and stuff like that. Ayanda would have gotten slashed by the papers. Yeah. Look at what she's doing after her her husband's death. Look at what she's doing. If Sorisha had decided to be a baddie, look at wife of billionaire Vivian Reddy's wife twerking in the club. Like, you of all people should know better. Do you get what I'm saying? You of all people should know better. But then again, your husband does own those clubs, so I totally understand. But it was just very, very weird. You're very weird. But I like you. I really hope you change though. I really hope you get a backbone, because I don't like that. I don't like a woman like that. But I like her. Don't get me wrong. I like Anne. I just feel like she just needs to position herself a little bit better. And then the last one. Who is my favorite? You know what? I thought Ayanda was my favorite. No. Ayanda is still my favorite. But I really do think after episode 4, I found a new favorite. Is Nonkanyiso Kgomotso. I really hope I'm saying it right. It's Nonkanyiso Kgomotso. Now, Nonkanyiso, now she's the typical, when I tell you that I love Zulu women, when I tell you that I adore Zulu women, I'm talking about Nonkanyiso. That lady, the way she speaks Zulu, the way she, even that superiority complex, like, I love it. An allowance. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, she's also not quite nice. She's also got that little bit of a mean streak like Nonku. But I don't know why. But with Nonkanyiso's one, I don't mind it. Can someone talk to my tummy? Really? With Nonkanyiso's energy, her character, her demeanor, that is the typical KZN woman that I keep talking about on my channel. She exudes strength, class, money, and definitely exudes a you can't sit with us. And then, you know what, if I can't sit with you, then sorry, it's okay. I'll sit beside you. It's fine. It's okay. Now, Zulu women and Sotho women are very different, right? So Sotho women are we're very I wouldn't call it jovial, but we're very talkative, we're very energy. Like, think of Bonang, think of Lona Keke. I don't know if she's Sotho, but her name is Masego. But I'm saying, think of all the Sotho women who are in the industry. Very upbeat personalities. Bodino Ranaka, you know, we're here. Zulu women are very here. Okay? We're opposites, man. Opposites, you know? And it's almost like Kgomotso, same thing. Kgomotso is very upbeat, very jovial, can be very, don't disrespect me, but it's also very, you know, Zulu women are very, their demeanor is very, I'm gonna lay back and watch the situation. And initially I thought maybe that's just in her character, but I saw that she does have a mean streak, and she does have the, don't papilla me, you're beneath me, when she mentioned Google me. That was a little bit unpalatable. I mean, why did you come to a reality show then if everyone knows you? Please don't block me. No, but I'm asking genuine questions. Why did you come to a reality show if you're so well known? And the thing is now, we need you to be honest about why you're well known. You get what I'm saying? Nonku was asking questions that honestly I also wanted to know, because if someone had responded to me like that, I definitely would have been like, okay, but you know. And Nonku left a little bit of a question mark when she's like, yeah, so what wife number one? Yeah. So she's famous because she's married to a man who is in his temple. You know what? We're gonna Google it right now. Nah, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's find out why she's famous. Oh, okay. I just read her article, and finding out why she's well known is extremely underwhelming. Like, okay. Nonkanyiso is actually Jacob Zuma's wife. I think she was his fiance in 2018. She had a child with Zuma, who is, I'm assuming now, 78. Yeah, she was revealed as Zuma's latest fiance. What? Yeah. You see, this is what I don't like. You see, I don't know why it never clicked in my head who she was. I don't know her. I don't know her. I like Nonkanyiso, but now that I've read why she's shot to fame and why she's part of the show and why she's a Real Housewife, it's not really the greatest. I don't think it should give me any bragging rights. Personally, if I was married to a 78 borderline 80-year-old man and I'm in like my 30s going on 40s, that's not bragging rights to me. But I do understand that obviously within that marriage, she's obviously earned her spots, earned her stripes. She's probably got her businesses. She's good. She's well within money. She's got every right to say, Google me, babe, because that's who my husband is. But I think that's why Nonku came at her and said, which wife number are you, type of thing. And for me, if you're gonna brag about something like that, then you should be able to take in what you dish out. If you're gonna say Google me, and me I Google you, and I find out that me you in as Tembu and your wife number's 36, then to me it's like that. You know what, guys, I've said this even on my Twitter, like, if someone goes low, you are allowed to go lower. If someone comes at you sideways, people can't judge how you choose to react. And I think Nonkanyiso already walking into that situation, she wasn't too fond of Nonku because of how she had found out about who Nonku is to Ayanda, right? So I do think Nonku, the feather ruffler, the one who genuinely starts drama where it's not necessary, it was kind of uncalled for. However, Nonkanyiso's response did warrant that shady clapback. Do you get what I'm saying? It does warrant a shady clapback. If you ask me to Google you and you're in a situation where we didn't know you, or like those people didn't know you prior to here, I'm not about to sit and Google you. I don't care. I wouldn't. You see, if I knew you, here's the thing about me, and people know me personally. Whenever I see you in public and I know you, I'm going to acknowledge that I know you. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, I saw Ayanda MVP at Rockets 2-3 Sundays ago. I was going out with my friend Faraha, and she was like, hey guys, I'm Ayanda. We're like, we know you. You're Ayanda MVP, bitch. Hey! So I'm very lift women up. I'm very, I'll be your hype man. So for people to ask her who she was, and she was like, Google me, and it got to a point where those kinds of terms are being thrown, then you should be able to take in what you dish out. I don't know. Yeah, guys, but that's it. That is the cast of Real Housewives of Durban. I'm really excited to see what they're bringing to the table, but I do realize that the storyline with Ncwane and Ayanda Ncwane and Nonku, I'm glad that it's kind of softening off. I like how Ayanda put a stop to it very quickly. I mean, Ayanda could have definitely been very aggressive or passive aggressive, allowing the story to kind of continue longer than it needs to, but it doesn't need to. This is about children. Where children are involved, we have to be the adults, we have to be the bigger people and say, you know what, actually no. But I do think a storyline I definitely see is Nonkanyiso and Nonku, because at the end of the day, Nonkanyiso is very, like I said, very strong, strength, but Nonku's also she's not a pushover, and I like that about Nonku. Nonku, at the end of the day, as much as I do feel like she does, you know, try some people at times, Nonku, in instances where she's wrong, she acknowledges that she's wrong. Like with her wine tasting, like with the way that she handled Ayanda, she acknowledges, and for that I'll respect Nonku. I do. But anyway, guys, that is it. That is my TV recap of Real Housewives of Durban. I'm really excited to see what the rest of the season brings. Let me know if you guys want to see a before TV recap and after, because I know that a lot of people are like, okay, but where did it end up? And I don't want to wait a whole season to be able to do a TV recap. I love doing the TV recaps just to kind of to be a continued effect. I really like that. Let me know if you guys want to see another kind of updated TV recap with Real Housewives of Durban. I really hope you guys enjoyed this TV recap. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.